morning, everybody, and welcome to our assembly. Today, we're going to be thinking about our golden rule number 3, we listen. So, we listen, we don't interrupt. Gino Giraffe was very excited. He couldn't wait to get to school. He had a very important message for all of his friends. And most of all, he wanted to tell it to Zelda Zebra. Zelda Zebra was his best friend, but she was always in a hurry and she never stopped to listen to everything that Gino had to say. She would listen for a moment and then she would think of somewhere else that she would rather be, and then she would interrupt him, run off and play. So, of course, she would hear the beginning, but not the end. On Monday, Gino Giraffe turned up at school in his new red bobbly hat. "Hello, Zelda," he said. "Would you?" But Zelda was impatient. She had to go and play, so she didn't let him finish the thing he had to say. Instead, she interrupted and said, "Would I like to wear a red hat too?" "Yes, but I'm doing handstands and it might fall off." So she finished his sentence. Then she ran off and played until Miss Beanie called them into class. So she didn't find out what Gino's important message was. On Tuesday, it was Gino's turn to go with Miss Beanie and do some cooking. So he said, "Would you like?" But Zelda was impatient. She had to go and play. She didn't let him finish what he had to say. Instead, she interrupted and said, "Would I like to help you eat your biscuits?" "Yes, but it's my turn next, so I'll soon have some of my own." Then she ran off to wash her hands, so she didn't find out what Gino's important message was. On Wednesday, Gino Giraffe had art, which he didn't like because he didn't know which colours to mix to make new ones. When Zelda came over, he said, "Would you like to?" But Zelda was impatient. She had to go and play. She didn't let him finish the thing he had to say. Instead, she interrupted and said, "Yes, I would like to have a flower just like that in my garden." So she didn't find out what Gino's important message was. On Thursday, Gino and Zelda went to play football. Gino remembered about his very important message, so he said, "Zelda, would you like to come?" But Zelda was impatient. She had to go and play, so she didn't let him finish what he had to say. Instead, she interrupted and said, "Would I like to come to the football match after school?" "Yes, but I'll have to ask my mum first." Then she ran off to shoot a goal. So, on Friday, Gino was getting worried that he would never manage to tell Zelda his important message. Everyone loves Fridays at school because Friday afternoon was golden time. Gino decided to play with the new glittery Play-Doh that Miss Beanie had bought. Lots of his friends had chosen it too, and he was having great fun with Mona and Elsa and Louie. But Zelda was in a different group. She had chosen to play dress up. Just before it was tidy up time, she came zooming up with a shiny red cape and a golden crown on her head and was having a great time pretending to be a queen. Gino decided that this was his last chance. He stood right in front of Zelda, put his hands on his hips and said, "Stop!" loudly and clearly. Zelda skidded to a smoky stop. "Stop and listen, Zelda," said Gino. "I have something very important to say to you." Zelda looked surprised, but she stopped and listened. Gino smiled at Zelda and then he said, "Would you like to come to my birthday party tomorrow? Please, please say that you can come. Everybody else has said yes." Zelda wrinkled her nose, scrunched up her eyebrows, and looked a little puzzled. "Oh, Gino, I would love to come," she said, "but you didn't give me an invitation, did you?" Gino shook his head and said, "No. My juice bottle leaked all over the invitations, so Mum said that I just had to ask everyone. So every day this week I have tried to make you listen. But you just kept interrupting me, so I was never able to finish my message." Thought Zelda thought for a moment. She thought about all those times that Gino had tried to tell her this very important message. She thought about how she could so easily have missed the fun party. She thought about how she had not been a good friend. She thought that she would never forget a very important golden rule. And do you know which golden rule she decided to remember? I think you do. On Saturday, Zelda Zebra went to the birthday party. All the children had a lovely time and played Pass the Parcel, musical chairs, and ate red jelly and chocolate cake. And best of all, Zelda took great care to listen and not interrupt for almost the whole afternoon. So it's very important that we listen and we don't interrupt so that we can always get the messages that people are trying to give us. Okay, thank you so much for listening, and for all of you who've said they've enjoyed these assemblies. Mrs. Gorasia will keep doing them for you, and I hope you are all well and safe. Take care, everybody, and I will see you soon.